Hey Spuds, how's it going? It's Jamie, welcome back to another video. As you might have noticed, I have somebody new on the channel today. This is the wonderful Lucy.
Hello, my love. I'm Lucy. I'm 25. I live with my lovely fiance in Milton Keynes. I've been friends with Jamie and Shava for a while, so this is really cool to be on the channel.
Finally.
Finally! Yeah, I do lots of TikTok, so you might see me on TikTok being like, how does a blind girl? Quite a lot, yeah. And do some YouTube, and you'll see me around the internet being a bit of a broadcaster as well. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Amazing. There's also a link to Lucy's social medias down below. So today we're going to be looking at some trans terms, and you are not trans yourself. So I thought this was a great opportunity to be like, hey, these are like some of the more nuanced or like unknown terms that are used a lot in the trans community and to describe trans things and trans people that maybe as a cis person you might not know.
Defo. I'm into it. Let's get going. I'm excited.
Perfect. I also wonder if I should define cis. So cisgender just means not transgender. I won't test you on that one.
Okay, cool.
First term.
Okay.
Packing.
Packing. Okay, so is that possibly before one has transitioned or would be transitioning and they have some kind of apparatus to flatten the boobage?
Oh, that's
that
really
good...
interesting. So packing is actually adding something rather than flattening.
Okay.
And packing is the process of wearing something to create the bulge of a penis.
Right.
So typically there's loads of different options. Some people DIY it and they'll make like a little packet out of some socks. I've heard of some people filling condoms with lube, but sometimes they pop. So that's another way you can do it, but it's not the safest. It is very risky. And then the other way is to buy a silicone penis. So it looks like a penis made of silicone and people wear it in their underwear to create a penis bulge.
That would probably make you feel very comfy with yourself if you want to.
For a lot of people it solves some dysphoria and it helps them with that. And yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Why not? Thank you for the term. I love that.
The next term is binding.
I feel like that's the definition that I've just said.
Absolutely.
Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Perfect. So binding is where you would flatten your chest before having top surgery. Or some people might never have top surgery, but they still choose to bind.
I remember you saying, actually, that you found it quite painful. Is that correct?
Yeah, binding can be really painful. You have to do it right. It's always better to wear like a proper binder. I'm going to go like trans dad, Jamie. Like bind safely, not for more than like 8 hours a day. Never sleep in a binder, and never use things like bandages and tape because they restrict your breathing, whereas a binder will kind of move with your chest a bit more.
So you can buy specialist apparatus to kind of do it. Is that the right term? Apparatus.
I love that. It's very professional. The apparatus of flattening the chest. You can, yeah, and they're actually made for cis men with gynecomastia. Term number 3. AFAB.
AFAB. I feel like someone's very fab when they're AFAB.
A fabulous person.
A fabulous person.
I'm getting AFAB from the freezer. The ice lolly.
Oh yeah, AFAB.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not the fondest of fabs, you know. I don't know why.
Off. Go. No, that's
I've
it.
been banished, right? AFAB. Is that kind of a term that the asexual community would use? Possibly?
I see where you're going. It's an acronym.
Okay.
And it means assigned female at birth.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
It's a way of kind of encompassing anyone who's trans and non-binary who is assigned female at birth, because not everybody who's trans will identify strictly as like a trans man. The other side of it is AMAB, so that's assigned male at birth.
Okay.
So it's just like a quick way of being like, yeah, I'm an AFAB trans person.
I think if people are using that, they should feel fab because they've definitely like...
Oh, bless you.
I don't know, thought about themselves a lot and they should have a pat on the back.
See, you should definitely all go follow Lucy because she's wonderful. Are you ready for the next term?
I'm ready.
Stealth.
Ooh. I feel like I should be like dun 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 dun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, stealth.
You're on the right track.
I'm kind of thinking, so there's a lot of people who wouldn't feel that comfy in kind of coming out. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe the people in their life aren't that open to thinking about trans stuff, which they should be, but some people aren't. So possibly stealth could be someone not really wanting to give a definition of themselves to someone around them and feeling stealthy about it.
That's really, it's like so along the right track.
Okay.
So stealth would be where someone has started their transition. So maybe they've just socially transitioned and they live full-time as their gender, or maybe they've like taken medical steps as well, but they don't tell people they're trans. If they meet new friends or like in their job, they are stealth, so people would not know they were transgender. As in, for somebody like me who is assigned female at birth, for everybody else, their knowledge would be I'm a cis man.
Right. I've got you.
So you're living your truth and you've come out and you are a trans person, but you don't tell people that you're trans or that you've transitioned.
Got you. Kind of like Nikki T, the lovely queen that we know.
Yeah, before she came out, she would have been kind of classed as stealth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got you.
Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Bottom surgery.
Okay, so some trans people would have this, some trans people wouldn't. It depends what they feel comfy with. And it is just bottom surgery, so it would be turning kind of female parts into male, but I don't know whether that's kind of the right terms because they're not technically female because you're not a female.
You are so like on it. I love that. So yeah, it's the process of kind of having surgery on your genitals is like the crudest way to put it. So for a trans man that would be the creation of a penis, and for a trans woman that would be the creation of a vagina. And the reason why I left it in is when I kind of made my vlogs about getting my own bottom surgery, so many people were like, oh my god, I thought you got butt implants. And I was really confused about why you were talking about like genitals and stuff.
Yes.
So I thought I'd throw that in there to
bottom,
be like, yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
I think some of the terms you wouldn't necessarily, but when you educate yourself, I think, definitely I know that one because of your channel, honey, I think. Other than that, I probably wouldn't, STP. Oh, wow, this is a curveball, honey.
Sorry.
STP.
I'm really testing you on this.
Okay. STP. I don't know why T, I feel like, stands for trans, possibly. Oh, I don't know. Possibly an acronym for feeling stationary in life. I don't know. I'm grasping at like the letters, but I don't know, sweet.
STP stands for stand to P.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. So
okay.
It's kind of along the same category of things as a packer. So it's a device that would allow like trans men and like AFAB non-binary people to stand whilst they pee.
Oh, nice.
It's the acronym you wouldn't know unless you knew it, but then like stand to pee is a very like, oh, okay, that's what it is. And you can pee at a urinal if you want to. I never used one because like they just weren't for me personally, but they really help a lot of people. We got a few more left. Dead name.
Oh, that's like a previous name that you really just do not want to associate with. Possibly it would be on your birth certificate.
Yeah.
And you should never say it under any circumstances. It's quite offensive.
Yeah, it's another term for like a birth name. And yeah, it's something that unless a trans person would offer that information, because sometimes people are okay saying it, but more likely than not, pretty much like 99% of the time, a trans person will not want to talk about it. It's an interesting thing to navigate as a trans person because it's like there are other people out there with that name. And then it's like, oh, sometimes at one point in my life I might have to say it or speak to somebody with that name or write a letter. Well, not a letter, that's really old school. An email to someone with that name. And it's a process to get kind of over that difficulty with it.
How do you feel when you do it?
I find it now, I just find it weird. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a thing, but it doesn't make me feel like uncomfortable how it used to.
Yeah.
I used to not be able to like say it. If there was somebody else that I had to refer to with that name, I'd be like, that person. Like I couldn't say their name and I felt really rude. I wouldn't do that in front of them.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just couldn't do it. But now it's fine. It's all good. Yeah.
Depends where you are, I guess, in life.
Oh,
as
for
well.
sure.
I just feel when we chat a sense of like uplift in my own sense of self as well, because I do feel like I draw lines in the sand of like sighted Lucy and non-sighted Lucy, and I don't know, it's hard to think about things when you don't live, like you live your truth now and you want to live your life in the best possible way now and you don't want to think of the past, but then there are times where you do. So it's interesting.
No, I like that analogy of like a kind of line in the sand. All right, we got one more term.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I can't do a drum roll. Ready? TERF.
Oh.
I left the most contentious one to the end.
Possibly on the lawn.
It's not grass, Lucy. No.
Then also my mind is talking about your JK Rowling video, but I feel like I don't know the acronym.
No, don't.
Trans exclusionary radical feminist.
Oh my god!
Yes! I'm a good friend.
You get 10 gold stars. Oh my, I'm so impressed.
Yes!
Yeah, so TERF means trans exclusionary radical feminist. People who say they're feminist but want to exclude primarily trans women, want to exclude trans women completely from that feminism.
Right.
And it's a term that I personally don't like because I think it's too nice a term for just transphobes. Another way that I think is a bit more accurate that people are saying is feminist appropriating radical transphobes.
Fart.
Yeah, fart.
How poopy.
It rubs people up the wrong way, so I'm not sure if it's going to catch on, but it is more accurate because, like, to me, if you have those views, you're not a feminist. All women should be included in feminism, and they're not including all women, so they're just transphobes.
They are. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like I knew the acronym but not loads about it, so thank you, honey.
I'm here to teach.
Yeah.
So as your teacher today on all things trans, I'm going to give you an A-. Because I think you did really well, and I just love your positivity, and definitely A-fab. Scored you some points for saying fabulous. So,
possibly not the TERF comment about the grass, though.
Okay, that pushed you down to a minus.
Yeah.
No, but you did so good. Thank you so much. And I love chatting to people who are always willing to learn more and just discuss it openly. So thank you for being a wonderful person.
You too.
And if you have learned some stuff today and you would like to carry on learning, I would recommend going and following the wonderful Lucy over on her social media platforms, where you can learn a lot more about blindness and the blind community, as I have through becoming friends with you. And I just think it's great to share different life stories and different journeys and just learn more about each other.
We all have many labels, not just one.
Absolutely. So. I love that. So please go show Lucy some love. And thank you again for being on the channel. I'm so glad we got to film together. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Much love. Bye. Bye.